Sorry this is a little bit later. I wanted to get this out by 10, but I couldn't stop laughing over Michigan State losing. I'm sorry. If you're a Michigan State fan, sorry again. But here's what I want to do, evaluation. It doesn't fit in the screen, so I'll move it as we go. I want to do these at the same time you're trying them. So here, 2 times x. So before I do anything, I'm going to put the -6 in for x in parentheses. Now I know this takes an extra step, but that's okay. Then what's twice -6? And that would be -12. Then x divided by y. So before I do anything, let's put it in. Put it in. Here, let me try something here. Oh, mercy. Sorry. I guess that makes it bigger. Ooh. Look into the screen. You love math. Sorry, I know I'm old. Yeah, that's a little bit better, I guess. -6 divided by -2. So you would say, wait, a negative divided by negative is positive, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So x squared, so x is -6, minus z is -3. So I did no work until I put them in parentheses for that variable. Now, since it's in parentheses, the square means what's -6 times -6. So this would be 36 minus a minus is a positive, because that means take the opposite of -3, which would be +3. Then this one, -6 minus a -3. Now I have to tell you, my honors had a really hard time with this last week. So notice this is in parentheses. This is not affected by this because you got to square first, order of operations. So this would be -6 minus, just bring it down, -3 times -3 is 9. So I owe 6, I owe 9 more, so -15. So, well, I guess you should write those numbers down. X is -6. Y, I'll make this a little bit smaller. There we go. Well, it still doesn't fit. But x is -6, so -y, let's see, y is -2. So the opposite of the parentheses -2 would be +2, because the opposite of -2 is positive. Now this one is super duper tricky. You have the opposite and then in parentheses -6 squared, because that's what x is, -6. So then you square this. This negative is not affected because it's outside parentheses. So this would be the opposite of -6 times -6 would be +36. Now I hope you're doing this right before me or thinking about it. So x times y. Now, normally, you don't really have to put that dot there for multiplication. Whenever variables are next to each other, it means multiply. X is -6. Y is -2. A negative times a negative is a positive. 6 times 6 is 12. So this is -6 minus y is -2. And z is -3. Now the order of operations says you must do multiplication before you do subtraction. So this would be -6, bring down the minus because you got to multiply. 2 negatives is positive, 2 times 3 is 6. -6 minus 6 is -12. Tricky, tricky. So, ooh, I think that does fit. Hey! So, freeze the screen, do those problems, and then I'll do them for you. Oh, well, welcome back. So, x is -4 for this problem up here. So it'd be the opposite of minus 4, which would be positive 4. Here, use parentheses, my peeps, use parentheses. Negative 4 squared would be negative 4 times negative 4, which is positive 16. Now notice the difference of this problem. Not in parentheses, so it's the opposite of 4 squared, which is minus 16. Easy to confuse. So this would be minus 12 minus a minus 4. Now minus a minus is plus, so minus 12 plus 4. Now 12 is bigger than 4, and since 12 is negative, the answer has to be negative. And then take 4 away from 12 is 8. Now y divided by x, so we'd have minus 12 divided by minus 4. 2 negatives is positive. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So here we have negative 4 for x. We have minus 12 for y. And we have z is negative dose. Now, the rule is, when you're multiplying or dividing, an even number of negatives, even is like 2, 4, 6, 8, is a positive number because you went over to the negative and came back. You made 2 marks, 2 strokes, 2 journeys. But an odd number of negatives when you're multiplying or dividing is negative because you went there and stayed. So 1, 2 is back to the positive, 3, negative. So this would be negative. 4 times 12 is 48, divided by 2 is 24. Now this one is negative 4 for x, that's why I moved it. Y is negative 12. Ooh. Then square the whole thing. Negative 4 squared. Oh, did I mess up? Oh, I did mess up. I am sorry. That should not be there. I messed up. Sorry. So negative 4 minus a minus 12 would be minus 4 plus 12. And minus 4 plus 12 is 8. And 8 squared is 64. 8 times 8 is 64. And the last one, hey, I hope you got them all right so far. X is negative 4. Now we're squaring it. Minus y is minus 12. And we're squaring that. Now notice, this minus is not in this parentheses or this one, so you leave it alone till the end. Negative squared is positive. 4 squared is 16. Minus, this would be 144. 12 squared. 12 times 12 is 144. Now 144 is bigger, and it's got the minus, so then the answer's minus. You still owe, so you owe a lot there. And take 144 minus 16 to see how much you owe would be 128. So this was your homework. So hopefully you watched it. If you want to try it twice, hey, that would be kind of nice. Have a good rest of the day. And it's Spirit Week next week. Oh my God, the excitement. Oh, it'll be so much fun. It's more fun than getting hit in the head. I'll see you.